So, what do you get when you smash together a quest for perfect absolute knowledge with, well, the complete desire for pure chaos? Today, we're going to dive into this really powerful allegory about ambition, intellect, and the razor thin line between genius and madness. This is the story of the Library of Universal Undoing. All right, so to set the scene, imagine this vast, silent library, a place that holds literally all the knowledge in the universe. But this isn't some quiet, dusty old place. No, it's actually the battleground for these two ancient cosmic spirits who are just locked in this eternal fight for control. So who exactly are these two spirits? Well, they're basically the fundamental forces that are driving this whole story. And believe me, their conflict is what's going to decide the fate of, well, everything. So yeah, let's meet them. All right, so on one side, you've got the spirit of infinite order. This guy is obsessed. He's painstakingly cataloging every single scroll, every little whisper of truth, because he believes that if he just has absolute knowledge, he'll have ultimate control. And then, on the other side, you have the spirit of primal discord. This one is pure chaos. It just loves tearing up pages, scattering words. It's all about finding freedom in complete and utter confusion.
Yeah, for this spirit, for primal discord, destruction is its own kind of creation. It's not just making a mess, it's reveling in the glorious cacophony of shattered meaning. It's this belief that true freedom isn't found in understanding things, but in the total, complete oblivion of any structure or reason. Just chaos.
So for ages, these two forces were just stuck in this cosmic stalemate, right? A perfect balance. But then one day, that balance gets completely shattered, and their whole conflict just spirals into an absolute catastrophe. So the big turning point here, it's not some epic battle, good versus evil. No, it's something way, way stranger. The source material talks about this one fateful day, this moment where the rules of reality just kind of get broken by this dark, really bizarre ritual. Okay, and get this. The ritual itself is described with this just incredible phrase of forbidden logic and desperate humor. Think about that. This wasn't just some power play. It was something completely unnatural, born out of this weird, twisted desperation that forced these two complete opposites into one single being. And the result? This monstrous fusion. I mean, you get a single being that's born from both pure order and pure chaos, and it's now wielding this absolutely terrifying new power, the ability to absorb the very essence of everything. Every book, every idea, every single skill in the whole library. So now what? What does a being that is a literal walking contradiction do with ultimate power? The internal war that's raging between its two halves is now going to decide the fate of all knowledge. So here's the choice it faces. You've got the infinite order part of it, right? It's just dying to absorb all that wisdom to finally achieve its goal of perfect control. But then you've got that primal discord half, and it sees a much more tempting and, honestly, a much more sinister path. And this right here, this is where that noble quest for knowledge gets twisted into a weapon of total erasure. Because primal discord starts thinking, the ultimate power isn't in knowing everything, it's in being the only one who knows. It asks itself, why merely know everything when one could make everyone else forget everything? Chilling, right? And just like that, the choice is made, and the consequence, it's not the perfection of knowledge. Oh no, it is its complete and utter annihilation. The great forgetting has begun. And the decay, it's so fast and it's total. First, the knowledge itself literally starts to rot from the inside out. Then, the pages in all the books, they just start turning blank. This intellectual plague, it spreads to the people. Scholars' minds just become empty. And finally, the beautiful, ordered shelves of the library themselves just crash down into total chaos, and the silence is replaced by this horrible, incoherent babbling. And the final, just devastating blow? That fundamental skill that this entire world was built on, this simple act of reading, becomes a completely forgotten art. Gone. Okay, so what's the point of this whole dark fairy tale? Why should we care? Well, this allegory has a very specific and, honestly, a pretty stark warning for all of us. And here it is. This is the perilous truth.
The story is a warning that even a noble quest, like the pursuit of knowledge, if it gets tangled up with a destructive, nihilistic madness, it doesn't lead to some great enlightenment. It leads to universal undoing. Pure intellect without wisdom just ends up consuming itself and everything around it.
And that leaves us with this final, really heavy question. Because look, this isn't just a story about some ancient spirit in a mythical library, right? This is a conflict that can exist inside any pursuit of knowledge, in any society, even inside ourselves. And it forces us to ask, what are our guardrails? What protects our own vast library of collective knowledge from the parts of us that might just want to burn it all down?